Hello, and welcome to Chapter by Chapter for Eye of the World. I am your host, Will Cowan, and as always, is joining me, Mr. Steve Haynes. How's it going today, Steve?
Good day.
Good day.
Good day.
Are you feeling it? Are you feeling in the fantasy kind of world right now? Are you kind of like ingrained in it?
I woke up today on my horse with a sack full of apple brandy ready to go.
Ready to go, yes. And today we are talking about Chapter 2, Strangers of Eye of the World. Some initial thoughts when I read this chapter is that this is kind of just more. It feels like a PS to the first chapter. We're still just kind of getting
not a lot happening in this chapter.
Not a lot.
A lot of talking.
Lot of talking.
A lot of talking.
And just kind of getting a sense of each of the characters that are getting that are involved in the world. I'm actually starting to really like the character of Sen Bui, the old cranky guy.
Yeah, he's your guy.
Yeah, I kind of like him. I like how he's kind of he's an asshole, you know.
Yeah.
And I think I love the idea of a town asshole or a town idiot.
I love a town asshole.
It's great. I love it.
Don't isolate that.
Yeah, we meet a whole bunch of other characters. Ewan Fingar, Dag Copland. I'm gonna just bring up something we talked about in our last episode. I'm still not convinced that these words or these names are based in any sort of reality.
Yeah, from a lot of the new characters in this chapter, we got like Marin, Ewan, Rowan, Sam Al.
It's like
we got a John. There's a John in there.
That's not bad.
Good old medieval John. Jon.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a like these words,
Scratch.
These names are not. There's a Samel. It's not Samuel. It's Sam.
No, I said Sam Al.
You said Samel? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, there's names like that are close to real names.
Yeah, with like.
But they're not. But that's how you make a medieval name. Look
yeah,
Marin. You just took the T out of Martin.
you just take out just one select letter.
I guess Rowan's a name.
Rowan's a name. How does he spell it?
Like Rowan Atkinson.
Oh yeah, that's a name. That's a real name. I thought it would be like Rowan, like RO-AN. Like that's a fantasy name.
Apostrophe.
Rowan.
That's a space name.
Yeah, that's a.
But generally in this chapter, we have Rand and Matrim meeting Lan and how do we say her name?
Moraine.
Yeah.
This is the big event of the chapter, and during this event, they're kind of we hear about strangers in the town, and these strangers are just people who come from far away. And the thing about Emond's Field is like the Shire, it's kind of isolated from the rest of the world.
So not a lot of new faces.
Not a lot of new faces, and when new faces show up, everybody's a little more like, "The hell are you doing here?
Who dat?
I mean, who dat? Get him out of here! I don't want any of those strangers in my town."
So the strangers are described as a soldier and like a highborn lady.
Yeah, like a proper lady in a way, and they speak about how Nynaeve, the wisdom in the town, hates her because Moraine get referred to her as a child, or just like, "Oh, thank you, child," not like a malicious way,
just like passive aggressive bullshit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I know what it is. And Nynaeve doesn't like her, and everybody's kind of like on edge around these people, and especially I think there's a little bit of animosity towards the Land character because he's kind of described as a muscle for Moraine. Anyways, as they're kind of talking about them, Matt, Rand, and their good buddy, what was his name again? I can't
Bran?
think of that. It wasn't Bran. They were talking to his friend. I think it was Ewan Fingar. They were talking to his friend Ewan Fingar, and he's kind of like telling them about the strangers. And as they're talking to each other, the strangers come out of nowhere, and Moraine starts talking to the kids. And during the conversation, the Moraine hands Rand and Matrim and Ewan each these silver coins. And I think the coin for Ewan was different, but Matrim and Rand got a similar coin with like an engraving with a woman in it holding a flame.
Yeah, and says that the
Like,
coin creates a bond between them.
yeah, or like some sort of like promise or an oath, or
Yeah.
you owe me something, like a favor or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's it's to bind these characters in some sort of way. So like obviously this
Their coins
Moraine,
definitely seem different than Ewan's coin.
yeah. Like I said, it's the woman holding the flame. Did you think of what's the motion picture company that has a woman holding that looks like the Statue of Liberty? Is it Paramount? Not Paramount. No, it's
It's of course I can't think of it right this moment.
I think it was like in conjunction with the one with the unicorn or the flying Pegasus horse one.
Yeah.
TriStar, something like that. Doesn't really matter, but you know who I'm talking about.
Columbia.
Columbia Pictures. So that's what I was thinking when they hand her when she hands them the coin was a picture of that, and I was I just chuckled to myself. It's just like it's
This is the
Columbia
Columbia Pictures coin.
You
Good
now
for
owe
one
me.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's basically it for this chapter.
Yeah, they basically kind of talk once the Moraine and Lan kind of walks away, they kind of talk a little bit more about who they are. And Ewan mentions that he thinks Lan is probably a warder who is like, to bring up another Lord of the Rings reference, it's like a ranger in Lord of the Rings. You know how
Mm-hmm.
like Aragorn is, kind of
Yep.
this stoic, traveler type guy,
But
but
that's
he's
just like a mercenary type dude, kind of.
yeah, yeah. But that's pretty much where the chapter ends off. The chapter ends off when the peddler comes around, and that's the chapter that we're going to be
Yes.
tackling
They hear
tomorrow.
some shouting across the bridge, and the peddler has arrived at last.
The peddler has arrived, and that's something that we're going to be digging into tomorrow
On chapter by chapter.
on chapter by chapter. Yes, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow then for chapter 3. Bye.